Welcome to This Old Relic. So I'm coming to you live, well, maybe not quite live, but I'm coming to you from my underground bunker to do some work on some Ryobi weed whips. So this is the first time I'm going to be doing any kind of work on battery equipment. Gotta love it, right? So I had this issue, and see if it'll actually pop into frame here, but it's cracked right in here. That's probably from being on the racks, and the trailer goes like this all the time. So that cracked. And then I got this one here that came on the pallet. And this has a bad motor. You know how I know? I wrote it on there. This will start and then just stop fairly suddenly, and it's almost like the battery's getting hot, but the battery's not at all getting hot. So I'm going to try to take these two, combine them into one. So instead of having two broken weed whips, I only have one broken weed whip and one working weed whip. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm going to actually put this one aside for right now. We're going to start with this one that has the good motor with the bad shaft. I'm hoping to be able to take the shaft off. First thing I'm going to do is figure out the torque size. That's way too big. It's probably good to note, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. I have zero instructions, and I'm just taking things apart, hoping that it'll actually come apart. Ta-da! Alright, one bad part out. You can set that aside. Go ahead and grab this other one. One thing to note when you're taking these things out, it actually grips into the handle. There's a little slot that it fits in right there. Is it that? Yeah, it's one of those. Probably one on the corresponding other side. It fits into here. And the screw's got to go through there, I think. Or not. I don't know. No. That's where that is. Okay, back to hyperlapse. Now, one of the things too to note, the motor has a little hole in it that needs to be lined up with the shaft so that because there's a little wire that goes in the middle of this. You need to make sure that goes inside of it. Alright, all that's left to do now is take a lot of this other stuff that isn't broken and file it away in the parts bin and grab a battery and see if everything works. And if I can, I might try to get some alcohol or something and clear that off and clean up this a little bit. But let me go grab a battery. Alright, looks like we have success. All we have to do now is do some cleanup. So I got to go check out my nice little hidden bunker, underground bunker here. There's not much to this one. I was expecting a lot more problems. Like I said, I was working without instructions, and I was just kind of pulling things apart, hoping that something wouldn't prevent me from doing that. As far as why this is happening, like I was mentioning before, the shaft was probably from being on the trailer, and the trailer it's very unforgiving when it's on a trailer rack like that. And Ryobi is not known to be, you know, the most durable piece of equipment. I have another one that's actually a gas that has the same issue. However, that one kind of fell off the rack and was hanging from one side. So I kind of understand that one. But that would be my guess, is that just the constant vibration up and down from the trailer just sent that one sailing. It's a home unit. It's not intended to be for professional use. It's supposed to sit in your garage. It's not supposed to go from place to place. So the fact that I've had these things for 3 years almost, and that's the first problem I've had with any of them. That's saying pretty good for something that's being used in a way that it's not intended to be used. The other one with the bad motor, I got it like that. And these weed whips, I originally had 4 of them, and I got 2 good batteries. So probably what happened is I don't know how that works out, but probably one of the good batteries came with the weed whip that had the bad motor, and then it was returned. And then the other 2 bad batteries probably went with 2 of the good whips. And then I don't know how the third one worked out. Oh no, the third one had a bad battery. Right, yeah, and I don't know how the third one, probably the guy used it and didn't like it or something, so he returned it to the store. But that ultimately is why I had the issues with the motor. It's probably because it was bad out of the box. They came off of a pallet sale. So it's not like they were wonderful and fantastic, but in a sense, I had got the parts, and I was able to take the 2 now and build one. I did save that broken one just in case I needed it for parts. And now I have, well, other parts. But now I can take this motor out of here, and we can probably just get rid of that, because I'm going to guess that that's what the issue is, unless I see a connection issue or something like that, which I don't. So we'll probably just take these wires and go do a little snip, pull this motor out, put this casing back together, and this will end up in the parts bin, and then this will end up in the scrap metal bin, because that part's also broken. But now I actually have 3 working weed whips, which is kind of cool. In case one breaks, I have another one now to use. So that's it for this one. Sorry it's so brief. I know you enjoy our time together. I know I enjoy our time together. But Ryobi did well on this one. It was actually fairly serviceable, which was a pleasant surprise to see. I mean, even if I had to buy this new switch because I broke it. I don't know how much these switches cost, but it's a fairly simple fix. Just take those screws out. Just got to make sure that spring goes behind the right flap. And yeah, and then this wraps around and hits the button, which is on the switch up here. So they're fairly serviceable, like I said. I was really pleasantly surprised. I guess I could probably go through the one with the motor, see if there's anything else, but I'm pretty sure it's just something going on with the motor connection. So I'm just going to go snip some wires and throw that out, and then keep the rest for, well, in case this crack in here gets bigger maybe, or, you know, something else happens to the outer casing. I have all those parts, or if the switch breaks, I have that part. If this switch breaks, I'll have that part. If there's a problem with the connectors on another one, I'll have that part. So the only thing I don't have is the motor. And, well, until next time,